Model 3 is the safest car in the world, according to a report by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. This study was conducted in 2018, and it took compared the data of more than a decade, starting from 2011 up to 2018, and Model 3 came out on top based on the study. So Tesla created Model 3 to be the safest automobile ever constructed, based on the sophisticated architecture of its predecessors, Model S and X, which were already acknowledged by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or which is also known as NHTSA, to have the lowest and second lowest susceptibility to accidents of all cars ever tested. So not only has the Model 3 received a perfect score for safety rating in all categories, but NHTSA studies have also revealed that it has the lowest, meaning Model 3 has the lowest risk of harm of any automobile the agency has ever tested. So the NHTSA also puts the Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive through a series of crash tests as part of its new car assessment program, which determines the possibility of serious bodily damage in front side rollover incidents. According to the agency's data, occupants of Model 3 are less likely to be seriously injured in these types of collisions than occupants of any other vehicle. Previous NHTSA tests of the Model S and the Model X still hold the record for the second and third lowest accident probabilities, making Tesla vehicles the best ever graded by the agency. So when more Model 3 versions, including dual motor vehicles, are rated, similar results are predicted according to Tesla. So here is a summary of the study by NHTSA. So you can see on the chart here, it shows lowest probability of injury tested by NHTSA. So it says here top 50 vehicles tested by NHTSA since 2011. So this study was conducted by NHTSA starting from 2011 up to 2018, and it's considered in its study 50 of the world's top brands. So you can see here on the left the bright blue, the Model 3 having the lowest probability of injury for its occupant or the driver or passengers. Followed closely in second place is a Model 3, and then on the third one is a Model X. So of all the world's top 50 vehicles, the top 3 spot is occupied by Tesla vehicles, and of these 3 models of Tesla, the Model 3 has a lowest probability of injury. So this is impressive achievement for Tesla. And as you can see here on the chart, the rest of the other world brand car manufacturers, you can see their safety on the plot shown by the dark bars here. So this is an incredible achievement for Tesla. Model 3 was built with an unusually low polar moment of inertia, which implies that its heaviest components are positioned closer to the car's center of gravity, in addition to its near 50-50 weight distribution. Despite the fact that the Model 3 has no engine, its performance is comparable to that of a mid-engine car because to its centered battery pack or the car's heaviest components and the fact that the Model 3's rear motor is somewhat in front of rather than behind the back axle. This architecture not only enhances the car's overall agility and handling, but it also improves stability control by reducing rotational kinetic energy. Model 3 improved greatly from its all-electric architecture and powertrain design, which includes a sturdy, solid passenger compartment, strengthened battery pack, and overall low center of gravity, just like the Model S and the Model X. These safety foundations help to avoid encroachments into the cabin and battery components, minimize rollover risk, and methodically distribute crash forces away from the cabin, all while laying the groundwork for Tesla's outstanding front crumple zone, which is designed to absorb energy and crash more quickly and effectively. During a frontal crash test, the orange internal combustion engine block is propelled into the cabin as seen in the video. In the video you can see the comparison between the Tesla Model 3 and Audi A4 frontal crash tests. So you can see on the Model 3 when there is an orange frontal crash part for the Model 3. So you can see here on the video how quickly it crumbles. But for the Audi, the frontal bumper, you can see the white part. It doesn't really crumble. It somehow stays rigid. So the Model 3 has advantage in such crash scenarios because the crash force is absorbed by the crumbling materials on the front section, like the orange crashing bumper. So those crumbling parts absorb the crushing power before it reaches to the cabin, harming the driver and passengers. So this is one of the advantage of the Model 3. Tesla also integrated state-of-the-art components and new improvements to the Model 3's fundamental design, including crash structural system, seat belts and airbags, and battery safety. Model 3's smart front crumple region carefully minimizes passenger deceleration in frontal collisions, and its innovative restraint system enhances this with pre-tensioners and load limiters that hold people safely in position. Active vents automatically change the internal pressure of the frontal airbags to optimize safety based on the unique features of the crash. Specifically made passenger airbags are molded to safeguard a passenger's head in tilted or offset crashes, and effective vents dynamically adjust the internal pressure of the frontal airbags to optimize safety based on the unique features of the crash. Front and knee airbags, as well as a collapsible steering wheel, all contribute to the Model 3's top rating in frontal collision. You can see the demonstration of this in the video of how the Model 3 and its safety features during a crash test, how they react, including the airbags and the frontal collapsible crashing systems, the wheel, the steering wheel, and everything. You can see all these contribute to the top score of the Model 3. So energy absorbing horizontal and vertical beam constructions serve to minimize the impact of pole contact crashes, in which a small barrier strikes the automobile between the major crash rails. This involves a high aluminum bumper beam, a low and forward sway bar toward the front of the vehicle, cross members connected to central crash rails at the front of the metal frames, and supplementary angled beams in the subframe that transfer energy back to the crash rails when they aren't directly impacted. To further buffer crash energy from extreme hits, an ultra-high strength martensitic metal beam is mounted to the top of the front suspension, and the back half of the subframe is fashioned like a U and buckles down when contacted. You can see this demonstration in the video, how it forms the U shape when impacted at that particular point, and how the whole body of the frontal, the area of the front, kind of follows the U shape in a way to absorb that crash shock, that crash energy, and minimize it as much as possible before it reaches the driver and the passengers for impact. And one of the most impressive Model 3 tests is the side encroachment test. The Model 3 also had the least encroachment from the side pole collision of any car examined by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. You can see that in the video. Tesla developed its own pillar constructions and side seals to soak as much energy as possible in a very short range, unlike frontal crashes where there is minimal opportunity for crumple zones. These components, in conjunction with the vehicle's robust body and strengthened battery design, help to decrease and avoid cabin infiltration. Tesla's side airbags offer greater capacity to inflate and protect the passengers inside with less intrusion into the interior. You can see the comparison of the Tesla Model 3 and the Lexus here on the video and how they react. The Model 3 performed better, while the other its counterpart, the side part, deformed significantly. The rollover vehicle crashes are the leading cause of injuries and deaths on American highways. The large battery pack and electric motors are placed as near the ground as feasible in Tesla's vehicle construction to achieve a very low center of gravity. Tesla's internal testing demonstrates that the Model 3 body shape can bear roof crash stresses comparable to more than 4 times its own weight with minimal deformations in the case of rollover. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administrations or NHTSA guidelines only require cars to bear weights of 3 times their own weight. Most automakers strive to create automobiles that score well in crash tests, and every automaker says that their automobiles are safe. However, when a real life disaster occurs, you can avoid serious injury if you are driving a Tesla. So, this is today's message. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you had a good, nice weekend also. So, I'll see you with tomorrow's update with a new Tesla update. Until then, see you.